In this tutorial, I'll show you how to import MotionComposer files into InDesign. I'll also show you how to define actions within your MotionComposer files that you can trigger from within InDesign. To begin with, I have this animation of clouds floating over an image in my InDesign document. I created the cloud animation in MotionComposer, exported that file, and brought it into InDesign. Let me show you how that was done. This is MotionComposer, which is another application we sell here at Aquafadas. MotionComposer lets you make animations that you can export as HTML5 or Flash. And you can also export files for use in our digital publishing system. This is a simple animation I made showing clouds floating by on a transparent background. This animation is set to loop. To export it for use within InDesign, you need to choose File, Export from the menu. Make sure that ADPS is chosen at the top. Type in a folder name to export this file. In InDesign, you define a frame, and you can apply the MotionComposer enrichment. Note that this feature is only unlocked if you have purchased this enrichment and have logged into the Project Manager panel with the same username and password you used to purchase it. First, you can pick the folder that you just exported from MotionComposer. You can also decide whether you want your file to fade in or not fade in. When you generate your project, you will see your animation you made in MotionComposer in My Kiosk. Now let's take a look at a second animation I made. When I open this page, a slideshow begins. I made this slideshow using MotionComposer. However, I defined an action in MotionComposer that I could control in InDesign. The action I defined was for the slideshow to hide itself after the last slide was done. Once that last slide is done, the animation is hidden. This is that slideshow file in MotionComposer. On each slide, you can make start and end actions for digital publishing. You just need to choose the slide. Then, in the slide section of the inspector, you choose the type as digital publishing. For the end action on the third slide, I chose digital publishing, then I assigned that action an action ID of slide 3. I exported my MotionComposer file for DPS and defined a frame for that enrichment in InDesign. At the bottom of the MotionComposer enrichment, you can define custom actions to occur based on the action IDs you set up in MotionComposer. In the action group list, you can click the plus sign to add an action. You can then type in the action ID you defined in MotionComposer. To hide the animation after the last frame plays, I typed in the action ID slide 3 for the action on. Then I used Tell Frame using Frame Picker to pick the frame that contains the MotionComposer enrichment. I then defined the visibility as To Hidden. If we look at that page again, you'll see that the animation plays all 3 slides, and when it reaches the last slide, the animation is hidden. Thanks for watching.